Hello YouTube, if you are watching this, happy Labor Day. I should have this video up today. Today is Labor Day when I'm filming it, and my goal is to have it up for you by the end of today so that you will see it on Labor Day as well. Because it is Labor Day, there is no school today, and I'm just using it to try and get caught up on some stuff around the house and YouTube, and my husband's also off today, which is good. So we moved date night to tonight. We will be having our steaks, and I don't remember, oh, we have potatoes, so we can have steaks and potatoes and all of that, and maybe do a movie night too. And right now, if you hear any noise in the background, he's trying to do some yard work. He's cutting the grass and things like that, so if you hear noise, it's probably him. That's okay. So what this video is really about, though, is a reflection of sort of the first week of school. It's not the first real week of school. Okay, so here, my last video that just went up was about teacher in-service week. The following week, the one that just ended, was LEAP days, which is of course another acronym because we're in the education world. There's only ever so many acronyms. No, I don't remember what it means. But basically, it's where they set aside extra days to do like orientation and diagnostic tests and all that kind of things for students. So this past week we had about 5 or 6 students come per day per classroom, and so basically we did the same thing every day, 5 days in a row to get everyone ready. We introduced them to some of their websites. We introduced them to some of the curriculum. Of course, we introduced them to ourselves and did the meet the teacher kind of stuff and diagnostic tests and all that kind of thing. Some of us stayed late some days and worked after to try and get everything set up for what is now this coming week, which is the first real week of instruction and school. So what I did most days, because if you watched my last video that just went up, let me see if I can get back in frame a little bit better. Hang on. I'm trying to do this all in one shot to make upload easier so I can get back on schedule. What happened was, if you watched my last video, you saw that it was in-service week, and you saw that I do not have my own homeroom, and I'm teaching 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade reading, and I'm rotating. So what I did this week was, y'all, my next goal is to get a tripod or a selfie stick, something to make this easier. I'm so sorry. This is just going to be the angle now because it's how I can hold the camera. What I did was I just rotated between classrooms so that I could meet all the students. And then on our team, we do have one teacher who, she's not a new teacher. She's been teaching 13 years, but she's new to our school and new to our curriculum. So on Monday, I stayed with her, and for part of Tuesday, I stayed with her during the diagnostic testing just in case, because I'd given those tests before in case anything came up so that I could help her. And then on the rest of the time, I would rotate and give breaks and all of that. And one of our teachers is also a mom, and she has to leave early 2 days a week to either pick up or take her daughter to school. It's weird, based on her personal child's schedule, because that's how they're having to make that work. So on those days, I took her class for like the last hour of class and dismissal because she left early to do that. But it's been very good having 3 classes and 4 teachers, because we could cover for each other if someone had to run, go do something, print something they needed real fast, whatever. It worked great. Sometimes that was me because I was available to cover. Sometimes it was while I was doing my stuff. The other teachers got a break during the rotations when we actually got to that part of the day, so that was good. We were able to go ahead and make templates for student passwords, parent communication logs, all of that kind of thing. I got to work on some of that stuff while they were doing testing on the later days, because why waste the time? Let's get some stuff done, because we're having to share a lot of our information and work stuff that normally would be completely on our own. But this way, we've got a shared document and folder, and we can just all access it. We're a Google school, so we have Google Drive and all of that. So we were able to make some shared folders just for us to keep all this stuff. And that was really great. And I got to, if you saw the last video, then you know how the room looked at the beginning of the week last week when I came in, and everything that I had to do to get my space ready. Well, let me show you a picture now of how the rest of the room still looked by the end of the week, because not everything was done. So let me insert that now. Okay, so that was what it looked like while I left Friday, except of course that my desk and area looked good, but all those boxes and things were there. It looks even worse than it did at the start of the week, because all the boxes had been opened and gone through, and in the foreground there's that picture of those bins and the books and everything. Those are the leftover books from the book giveaway. So what I used my time to do on Thursday evening, I stayed late Friday morning, I got all of that organized and situated, and we got the books distributed to teachers and all of that kind of thing. So we got it, and it was good. And thankfully this time, when the rest of our books came in, and I'll tell a story about that in a second, when the rest of our books came in, they didn't dump them all in that room. They actually distributed them when they arrived. So that's good. But it was a weird week, because it was doing the same thing every single day. Friday, we only had a couple students per room, so we just all combined into one room, and we were able to do some planning time as teachers while the students did their diagnostics tests. We got login information sent out to parents for Schoology, all kinds of things. That was great. I'm so happy about that. And I will say it was just a very good week. It got stressful at the end. I started worrying about trying to speak here. I got worried and was really nervous about the first week of school, but one of the more experienced teachers was able to talk me down and go, okay, listen, this is what we're going to do. So now that I've rambled on for a few minutes, let me just tell you a couple stories. So I've told you about the room and getting that situated. This was also the week stuff started to seem to go wrong. There were some problems with the logins for Schoology, so we didn't get the students actually on and started on day one. So we're going to have to do that semi-virtually. By Friday, we had some of that information sent out to parents, but the orientation didn't go as planned. And then, like I said a second ago, our textbooks, half of them didn't arrive. So we had to, when I say we, one of the administrators had to call the company and get an expedited delivery, but they still didn't arrive till Thursday. So a lot of the students they got all of their math books, but they didn't get their reading books. So we're still going to have to do a textbook pickup day where everybody comes back to campus to get that. And we didn't get to have all their passwords to their websites figured out yet because of the other delays. And so we're hoping that we will have all of that set up in time that we can just print them out a sheet with all their passwords they can pick up with their books and all of that kind of thing, as well as a meet the teacher letter that can go home that has our contact information. We want to print that out and send it because we didn't get to. So it was there was a little bit of Murphy's Law happening, okay? With if it could go wrong, it did go wrong, but somehow we made it through. And like I was saying, I was very nervous about next week, but like I said, the other teacher, she talked me down and she explained to me some things about next week and why I didn't need to be so worried, because I was worried about, from the fact that we don't have the robot arms yet to hold the iPads while we zoom in the online students. We found out there's another diagnostic test that we're going to give the kids. Okay, so the first one was just for reading and writing. It came with the curriculum, whereas this other one, I think it has all 4 core subjects, and it's with another resource that we use throughout the year, but we do their benchmarks 3 times a year. It's a paid for service, so we can see where they are in other subjects as well, and they're doing that next week. So, and it's called Mastery Connect, and we do the case benchmarks, which, okay, so here's why we're doing 2 benchmarks. The first benchmarks came with the curriculum, and they are not self-paced. Well, they are self-paced. They're not timed, but they're kind of placement tests to see where the students actually are, grade level and by domain. So at the end, say, of the reading test, I get a printout with what grade level they're actually on in reading, but also in everything from phonemic awareness to language to literature comprehension to informational text comprehension, like a breakdown of what grade level they are on those domains as well. And math is similar, except geometry, algebra, all those kinds of things. So number sense, that is the test we gave them this past week during leap days. Okay, I'm back. So, well, so much for filming that in one take, but my husband found a turtle in the backyard and wanted to show me. So at the end of this video, I will attach the clip or picture of the turtle so that you can see it as well. And I've completely lost my train of thought and don't know where I am, so I will review the footage and get back to you guys. I was talking about testing. So that was the one test, and that was our diagnostic based on the curriculum. Sorry, something's on the camera. Very professional video this is turning out to be. But what the test is that we're going to give them this week, it's longer and it's a different one each day, but this one is standards based for their grade level. So whereas the first one is the curriculum and it'll give us data about where they really are so that we can work with them in small groups and build them up, and it'll automatically set the online learning path for what grade level they're on and work them forward from that. This one is just going to be compared to grade level standards. Where are you? Where should you be? What grade level standards for South Carolina do you already know or don't know, so that we know, as far as like statewide testing and goals and things like that, how to direct them. So it's going to be a little bit more intense this week with testing, but that also, because we're doing more testing, will give us a bit of a buffer to finish getting ready for the actual instruction. We will probably log on to Zoom still each day with our class to do like meet and greet kind of stuff and just start practicing logging in at certain class times, but that's it. I'm going to check my email later to see if there are directives about the benchmark testing, but that not a whole lot's going on this week. We might do some reading and some writing in our reading journals and stuff like that, but pretty much a low-key test. And the kids tuning in virtual, mostly what they will do will be their testing, and the other students, it will be, lunch, recess, whatever other kinds of activities we have for them in person, but that's it. I'm not going to promise I can even vlog this week because the teacher's lounge as it is now is pretty much, I have my corner, but some of the other teachers who don't have homerooms have also, set up camp in there. At least one has, who doesn't have a classroom or a workspace. So she's in there pretty much all the time that I'm in there. So I'm not going to vlog. I will just keep you posted or do a recap at the end of the week like I'm doing now. And like I said, I don't know when this stuff is going to go up. I'm definitely off my schedule with uploads to YouTube. I'm not going to try to set a schedule. I know in one of my videos I think it was in the last video I said when the math series was going to start, but this week has definitely pushed that back because it's been crazy busy. There's several days I stayed late after school because this year I'm trying really hard not to bring work home with me. I'm trying to just finish it there. That way when I'm home, I'm home. But because of that, I stayed late, and then when I got home, I was exhausted. Several nights I just fell asleep on the couch again, just like the following week. or I was just so exhausted that I didn't feel like doing anything. And also because of COVID and all that, time I get home, I've been taking showers, so then I've been in my pajamas and didn't really feel like filming and that kind of thing because I wasn't dressed. So, you know, I don't know exactly when some of these videos are coming out. I'm going to try and keep the math series on schedule for every Saturday, but I'm not going to stress if it doesn't happen. So, but I am going to try and film the premiere next and get that out today. Like I said, it's Labor Day. I don't have work. My husband's doing yard work, so I'm going to try and use this opportunity to get some filming done, so I'll be ahead of time. And that's that. But I've rambled for a while. I think I'm going to wrap it up here. Basically, Leap Days has been a roller coaster of emotions from, oh, this is going great, this is so easy, I haven't really had to do as much hard stuff yet because instruction hasn't started, I'm just doing setup, to, oh my goodness, everything is going wrong, I'm not ready, blah, 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 and anywhere in between. And today, I'm just trying to enjoy today because I know I will feel slammed come tomorrow. So that's it for today. I'm going to say remember to like, comment, share, subscribe, ring the bell, do all the things, and so long from the little greenhouse. Oh, and here is the footage of the turtle. So we have a turtle with a really long tail. Is it a turtle or a terrapin? Yay, who has made a discovery? Why did you poke it?
I'm making sure he's alive.
He already retracted his head since we came in here.
I'm just making sure.
Oh my gosh, careful before it bites you.
I'll bite him back.